The physical and mental health of Adolf Hitler and its impact on his decisions. A detailed study. Adolf Hitler, the Nazi leader who ruled Germany during one of the darkest periods in modern history, was far from being a completely healthy individual. On the contrary, he suffered from a range of physical and mental health issues that significantly influenced his personal and political life, leading to decisions with catastrophic consequences for the world. In this article, we delve into the details of Hitler's physical and mental health and their impact on his trajectory. Hitler's physical health. Hitler suffered from various health problems that worsened over time, especially during the years of World War II. Some of the most notable issues include Nachschurm, Urnon, Sana, digestive problems. Hitler experienced recurring stomach pain and chronic bloating, which caused him constant discomfort. It is believed he suffered from irritable bowel syndrome or other gastrointestinal issues. To manage these symptoms, he adopted a strict vegetarian diet, avoiding meat and fatty foods while relying primarily on steamed vegetables and light meals. This dietary choice also reflected his ethical beliefs regarding animals. Parkinson's disease. In his later years, Hitler showed clear signs of Parkinson's disease. Symptoms included trembling in his right hand, difficulty in movement, and muscle stiffness. These symptoms undermined his confidence in public appearances, gradually leading to increased isolation. Drug dependency. Hitler's personal physician, Theodor Morell, prescribed him a daily regimen of medications to manage his pain and various health symptoms. These included methamphetamine, used as a stimulant to boost energy and focus, painkillers, for chronic headaches and stomach pain, vitamins and hormones. To enhance his overall strength, this reliance on medication led to worsening physical and mental health and made him excessively dependent on his personal doctor. Insomnia and sleep disorders. Hitler suffered from chronic insomnia, which drove him to rely heavily on sedatives and sleeping pills. His sleep was often fragmented, and he would frequently wake up in the middle of the night to discuss war strategies with his generals, affecting his daily energy and productivity. Hitler's mental health. In addition to physical ailments, Hitler suffered from evident mental disorders that left their mark on his decisions and behavior. Narcissistic personality disorder. Hitler exhibited strong traits of narcissistic personality disorder. He believed he was the savior of the German people and placed himself above all others. This sense of grandiosity led him to ignore the advice of his advisors and generals, especially in military decisions, such as his insistence on invading the Soviet Union under unfavorable conditions. Paranoia, delusional suspicion. Hitler experienced extreme distrust toward those around him, which caused his relationships with close associates to deteriorate. He constantly feared conspiracies against him, and this paranoia drove him to take extreme measures, such as executing or exiling some of his top military leaders. Depression and isolation. As German forces suffered increasing defeats during World War II, Hitler entered a state of severe depression. He became increasingly isolated, especially in his final months spent in his Berlin bunker. During this time, his morale declined significantly and his mental state worsened, leading to erratic and irrational decisions. Mood swings and outbursts of anger. Hitler was known for his extreme mood swings, alternating between intense anger and moments of profound sadness. These fluctuations affected his interactions with military leaders and made his reactions highly unpredictable. The impact of health on his decisions. Hitler's deteriorating physical and mental health had a direct impact on his decisions, particularly during World War II. His military choices, such as refusing to retreat from Stalingrad or invading the Soviet Union in winter, were marked by stubbornness and a lack of realism, reflecting his declining mental state. Furthermore, his drug dependency made him more impulsive and less able to focus on strategic details. His worsening mental condition increased his isolation, leading him to rely on a narrow circle of aides who were too afraid to oppose him. The study of Adolf Hitler's physical and mental health provides crucial insights into how health issues, whether physical or psychological, can deeply influence an individual's decisions, especially those in powerful positions. In Hitler's case, his deteriorating health directly contributed to his erratic and often catastrophic decision-making, which had profound consequences for Germany and the world. Hitler's physical ailments, such as chronic digestive problems, Parkinson's disease, and insomnia, not only weakened his body but also contributed to his growing dependence on medication. This dependency exacerbated his mental instability, leading to significant mood swings, paranoia, and irrational behavior. These health issues, which affected both his cognitive functions and his physical presence, made him more impulsive and less able to critically assess the situation at hand. His ability to lead effectively diminished as he became more isolated from reality, which reflected in the increasingly disastrous strategies he imposed upon Germany. Psychologically, Hitler's mental health played an equally important role in shaping his actions. His narcissistic personality disorder fueled his belief in his own superiority and divine mission, dismissing the advice of his generals and experts. Coupled with deep paranoia and depression, these traits made him unpredictable and often led him to make decisions based on personal ego rather than pragmatic considerations. His emotional volatility and refusal to acknowledge his mistakes exacerbated the challenges faced by his military leaders and ultimately led to some of the most catastrophic outcomes of World War II. Furthermore, the impact of his mental and physical deterioration on his leadership also had a ripple effect on his political and military operations. His increased isolation, especially in the later stages of the war, led to a breakdown in communication and trust within his inner circle. His inability to adapt to the changing realities of the war, driven by a mixture of delusion and physical incapacity, sealed Germany's fate. Ultimately, understanding the role of Hitler's health in his leadership underscores the profound impact that personal health, both mental and physical, can have on a leader's decisions and how, in extreme cases, it can shape the fate of entire nations. By examining these aspects of Hitler's life, historians and psychologists can better understand the complex interplay between health and power and how it influenced one of the most destructive figures in modern history. This analysis provides not just historical insight, but also a valuable lesson on the vulnerability of individuals in positions of power to their own limitations, whether physical or psychological.
Dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesem Jahr eingesetzt habe, dass ich anständig meine Zeit